Hello friends and welcome back to Happy Heart Gardens. I am in the Pennsylvania garden once again. So I am back here for fall. I always come back in the fall to harvest the pumpkins and to just clean everything up for the season. So let's get this turned around and see what we got going on. All right, so we still have tons of cleums, as you can see. They are just the gift that keeps on giving, let me tell you what. But my mom really loves all the flowers, so I am happy for them to grow so abundantly as well. But just doing a quick little overview here. So we got quite a few peppers still going. She left a lot of things for me to harvest, so that's fun. But we got lots of peppers here on these plants. There's 3 here and then there's 3 up farther in the garden. Absolutely in love with these zinnias. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Look at this, gorgeous. And then these are the tubs and the containers we use for onions and potatoes, and I just threw in some buckwheat and some calico beans before I left, and then they didn't get any rain for like 3 weeks, so I was like, okay, nothing's gonna happen. But we do have a few, so you can see some buckwheat here. There's some more buckwheat here, some volunteer sweet peas, which we're gonna end up getting a lot of them, I'm sure. And then we got the calico beans. I only put them in these 2 tubs, so this one looks really great, and then this guy over here too. I'm sure he's just getting shaded out by all the cleums, but super fun. I don't know that we're gonna get any before frost, which I was kind of worried about, but especially since they got such a late start with no rain. But you know what, at least we got them growing this far, so I can always just cut it down and work it in as a little cover crop. All right, moving on. You can see my mom's already trimmed up the tomatoes a ton, just because she wanted to get them ripened. She had a bunch of green tomatoes on this one. She's already taken them off. These were the green stripe. And then over here we have, let's see, I forget what this one is. I gotta check the tag. This is Mr. Stripey. You can see we got a lot of splitting. So they went from having no rain to they got like 2 inches just the other day. So we got a lot of splitting, unfortunately, but that's okay. This guy might be too far gone, but these other ones we'll just harvest and cut that part off and still use them for like sauce or soup or something like that. Same with the pineapple dream over here. Really not as bad splitting, so that's good. Probably won't get Mr. Stripey again just because he split so bad. But this guy looks pretty good. Even got a real funny looking one. How do you like that? And then of course just such beautiful color. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Again, lots more flowers. Some more peppers here. Love all these zinnias. And then over here is where we had a ton of cucumbers along with some cherry tomatoes. We had, what is this, sun sugar, which is a super sweet cherry tomato, and then just a regular like standard red tomato. I had taken off most of the cucumbers, I should say, except for like 1 plant. We had some things happen in the family. My sister had an accident. It was just too much to keep up with, so I cut rid of most of the cucumbers, but there is still 1 here, as you can see. So she's been harvesting a little bit. Quite a few yellow squash still. Oh my gosh, some of these might actually be a little bit too far gone, but that's okay. My sister feeds them to her deer, so nothing goes to waste. A few sunflowers. Of course, it's the end of the season, so everything's looking a little rough. That's totally normal. Nothing to worry about. We got pumpkins, tons of mashed potato squash, and my mom and sister have been harvesting the mashed potato squash. They've already gotten a bunch, but again, they left me a few. A lot more flowers. Look at all the little birds. Oh my gosh, little finches. Super fun. And then all the little pumpkins. You can see that one's not quite ready, but oh my gosh, look at this little tiny one. That's so funny. So the pumpkins were kind of a mess this year. We didn't have, again, a lot of rain in the spring. I had planted, didn't really get great germination just because of the lack of rain, and we don't really water this. We kind of just leave it up to nature with what's going to happen. I did water the seedlings a little bit, well, the seeds I should say, to try to get them going, and then I replanted, so it was just a real guess of what we ended up with as far as pumpkins, because I just put different seeds in different holes. So the fact that I have any is absolutely amazing, because I really didn't think we were going to get any. And so yeah, also I had some cantaloupe, which again my mom has already been harvesting. Here's a little one that's probably not gonna make it, but I think she harvested like 3 or 4. She had watermelon on this side too. You can see the plants dying back, but she's already harvested them as well. So overall, really happy with how it all turned out. I mean, if we get anything out of this, we're super excited. And these flat pumpkins, oh gosh, here's another cantaloupe. Yep, that's gone. That'll be thrown out in the weeds. Look at this big white pumpkin. I am so excited. So I am gonna go ahead and get these guys harvested. I can't wait. I absolutely love pumpkins. And again, I'm just so excited that we got any, because I really didn't think that was gonna happen with the way germination was going this year. Again, not the seed's fault. It was just a really weird spring here in northern Pennsylvania. And the whole year has just been weird. Not a lot of rain and then too much rain. So very thankful for anything. Have you ever heard of mashed potato squash? Well, this is what they look like. And they are essentially kind of a white acorn squash. They grow very similarly on a bush style type plant. Now it's fall time, so these plants are starting to die back, as you can see. And we've also already harvested some of the acorn squash, but you can still see that there is quite a few on the plants to harvest. They are very prolific. You get a lot out of one plant, and they have excellent flavor. Again, very similar to acorn squash, so you can prepare them the same way. Just go ahead and cut them in half, place them upside down and roast them in the oven, and just excellent flavor. So like I mentioned, I am here to harvest the pumpkins and then go ahead and do all of the fall cleanup. We like to get rid of most of the plant material, so that way nothing overwinters as far as like squash bugs, that type of thing. They don't overwinter, and then we have a problem in the spring. So we have frost really coming anytime now, but typically it's around 1st of October. So that's why I like to come back now and get everything harvested and cleaned up. So be sure to be following along. I'll be posting some tips for harvesting pumpkins along with posting the pumpkin harvest. But thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you guys soon. Happy growing.